Joining us this week on countrymusicjunkies.com, I have the wonderful and talented Showdog Universal Music recording artist Joel Crouse on the phone. Joel, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
What are you up to? What's going on?
Right now, I am enjoying the wonderful weather of New England in Massachusetts, hometown Holland. But I'm about to head back to Nashville this weekend and get back to work.
Well, that's good, but you've had a little bit of a break, which is always nice. I'm sure it's well-deserved, especially because in this past August you were signed to Showdog Universal Music.
Yes. It's definitely, it's interesting in the fact that I never thought, I'd be doing this for a career, or, when you're growing up as a kid, you don't really say, hey, I'm going to be a recording artist. So, it's been a lot of fun and just kind of surreal at moments, but...
Well, take us through the past couple of months, I guess, since August. What all happened?
Since August, I've been, recording. Same thing I was doing before August. I've been working with my producer, Jamie Houston, out of L.A., and, it's been going really well. We've been working hard, writing songs, and, just working on the record. When
can we expect to hear the record?
I'm thinking it'll probably be later in 2012, with a single before that. So that would be kind of the time frame to be looking for it.
Awesome. Well, we're very excited to hear about that, and I know we've heard some of your songs because you have released a couple on your website and whatnot. Can you talk a little bit about what you've already released?
The songs up on YouTube and Facebook are kind of songs I wrote about 2 years ago. And all of them have certain meanings. All of them are situations in my life. Lots are about girls, of course. Being a teenager in high school, it's basically all you do is think about girls. And for me, it was girls and music. And
there you go.
but it's kind of writing about that. And, those have all been produced by Jamie Houston, and they're released on YouTube.
So if people want to check that out, what's your YouTube site?
YouTube.com/Joel Crouse Music, or you can just search Joel Crouse on YouTube. It'll come up. Crouse, because a lot of people ask me if I'm related to Alison Krauss. And hers is spelled Krauss.
All right, so we've laid it out there. No relationship to Alison Krauss, although that would be kind of cool. But good to know.
It would be cool, but
I appreciate you clarifying that, though. That's good.
Well, I get asked that anytime I play a show in Nashville, and I'm like, no, it's spelled differently. But
oh, really? So it kind of gets annoying then.
It doesn't get annoying because it's a great compliment. If it was true, that'd be awesome. But I have to clarify that so when people go to look for my music, they don't search Krauss.
Of course. Well, I'm glad we clarified that. And yes, so again, the spelling is Crouse for Joel Crouse, and you can check out youtube.com/Joel Crouse Music. Joel, tell us a little bit about your music for those listeners that haven't necessarily heard it yet.
When I started playing music, I was 12. My grandfather bought me my guitar, and it was after I heard the song Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's just a great, acoustic song. Really well written. It's, one of my favorite songs today. And so I guess the whole thing with me and music is I'm always moved emotionally by songs. And growing up in high school, I was like, I want to write, songs that just move people. It's crazy how music can take you from an emotion of being happy or sad or vice versa, and just kind of, just change your whole either way of thinking about things at that moment in time, or it can just take you. There's so many times, like the song, the Owl City song, Fireflies.
Right.
When I listen to that song, it takes me back to when I was 17, driving in a snowstorm, because that's the song that was just on repeat.
Oh, no way.
I thought. It's just crazy how music can make you feel what you were feeling at that certain moment.
Absolutely. Now,
That's
sorry, go
what I
ahead.
wanted to do as an artist.
Yeah, and hey, I definitely think that you have done so. I know a couple of my favorite songs. We featured one a couple of, I guess, months now, was Wanna Be Wild Girl, which is a very fun song, so be sure to check that out. But also Summer Love, which you were telling me before we started recording this interview, that that was a very true story to you a couple years ago.
Yeah, it definitely was. I have to say, my senior year kind of made that true, and it's just, I mean, that's Summer Love is a song just about teenagers being irresponsible and having fun, because that's what we do. We're kind of stupid sometimes, but, and we're only focused on the moment that's in front of us. And a lot of that's cool because it's really innocent, but, it could also lead to huge mistakes as well, but...
All right, well, fair enough. It seems like a pretty truthful song, and that's very cool. It definitely kind of embodies what your life was all about at that moment in time, which is very cool, and I like when musicians are very open and honest with people, because I think that makes for much better music.
Well, I think it's because, a lot of it is that people, I mean, we all relate to each other. We've all been through those certain situations, and at least, with the power of music, I can find, a song or a certain story in a song that I have in common with, 5 other people that I don't even know.
Exactly.
That's what's so great about music, is because people have been through the same things that you have been through. No one's really alone in it.
Absolutely. Now, the 2 songs that you mentioned, Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls and Fireflies by Owl City, both not country songs. How did you get into country music?
Well, my grandfather's from Alabama, and growing up, all I heard was, Merle Haggard and, the classics, and, he would just sing them to me growing up, and he bought my guitar and, gave me lessons, and I actually started off playing worship music in my church.
Oh, cool.
My dad's church, and then moved it to a band, like a pop rock band, and then everyone wanted to go to college, so I said, I'm going to give my solo career a shot and play country, because that's what I really love, and I just love the stories. And I guess my influences from country would be Keith Urban, Merle Haggard, even the Eagles. I mean, a lot of people don't think Eagles when they think country, but the Eagles, all their songs were great stories, and that's what country music is.
Absolutely. No, that's very true. I know Keith Urban is a very current artist. Is there any particular song that you love by him?
The song that really got me into country and to him as an artist was Somebody Like You, which came out when I think I was 11.
Okay.
And that was kind of the song that really just made me love his music a lot, along with that same time frame. This is going to sound funny, but Save a Horse and Ride a Cowboy by Big and Rich also got me into country music.
All right. Well, hey, both are good songs. One is a little more fun than the other, but that's really cool. Do you have a favorite?
I remember sneaking up and watching, because my mom would never let me watch that video, because it was a little more, I guess, sexual, but
Yeah.
I remember sneaking up and turning on CMT to watch the video. It was just funny, and I love that song.
Oh man, well, it's definitely a great song and has stood the test of time. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite song of right now?
Right now, I really love Eric Church, Drink in My Hand. Love that
All
song.
right.
I love his whole record is just great. I mean, he's really just love his voice, love his songs. I like Smoke a Little Smoke, I think is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And being around the writers who, write on these songs of Nashville is just crazy. Like just being around people who make great music, first of all, only makes you better as an artist and a person and a songwriter. And it's just crazy, but I guess I'm really into Eric Church right now.
Okay, well, that's a great artist. Chief has done incredibly well in terms of Billboard record charts and whatnot. So that's you picked a pretty good one in that sense. Now, Joel, you're kind of in between LA and Nashville most of the time. But if people are in either of those places, can they see you play?
Right now, I kind of play every now and then in Nashville. I don't play much out in LA, but if I'm ever playing in Nashville, I'll post it on Facebook, Twitter, any social media site. They can find out about that if they're in Nashville at the time. So right now it's kind of just been focusing on the record and writing for it.
Awesome. So for those listeners that, I know you listed the YouTube page, but is there any other way to get a hold of you? Do you want to kind of let people know where they can find you online?
Usually if you tweet me, I'll usually quote the tweet and say something either sarcastic or or I'll say thank you if it's a compliment. But I love interacting with fans on Twitter. I think it's really funny because you can, because you only have 160 characters. So you basically, and then if you quote their tweet, you get like 30 characters. So I try to say something funny and appreciative all in the same 3 words, but...
Well, there you go. All right, listeners, you gotta tweet at Joel Crouse. So is it just at Joel Crouse, or is there anything kind of funny from
at Joel Crouse. And then if you write on my Facebook wall, I'll always get back to you. And you can just look up Joel Crouse on Facebook.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We wish you all the best, and we'd love to touch base with you in the future.
No problem. Thank you for having me.